Hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk about the film Hiroshima, Mon Amour, which was produced in France in 1959, a very influential classic film. It talks about a brief love affair between a French actress who was making a film about peace in Hiroshima and a local man. And it deals with the events of the atomic bombs of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which exploded respectively in August 6th and 9th in 1945. So the film was made just 14 years after the fact. At first, the director of the film, he wanted to do a documentary, but then he added some fictional elements to it. So both the French actress and the Japanese guy, they were not named. And we can see some dichotomies in this film. We can see memory and forgetting, and collective trauma and internal trauma. When they started to talk, the French woman, she revived a huge trauma that she had in her birth city of Nevers in France when she met a German soldier. And as we know, Germany invaded France during World War II, and it was an extremely traumatic and horrible event in France. And because she was having an affair with that German soldier, she became an outcast, a traitor, because after all, he was one of those who invaded their country. And even her family, they suffered a lot with that. Her father even had to close his pharmacy out of social shame. And at the end, her lover, her German lover, he was murdered. And her love, it was over in an extremely traumatic way. She was ostracized. She was locked at home by her own family. She suffered a lot. And then, after all this struggle, she left home and went to Paris. And she arrived in Paris in the same day that the atomic bomb exploded in Hiroshima on the other side of the world. And then she told her lover, her Japanese lover, that she had seen a lot of Hiroshima. And then the Japanese man said, "No, you didn't see anything." And she answered, "Yes, I have seen a lot. I went to the hospital, to museums, I visited the places." And then the Japanese guy insisted, "No, you haven't seen anything." Even though the Japanese guy, he wasn't exactly in Hiroshima when the bombs exploded, because he was in the army, he was born in Hiroshima and had family there. And then we can see a dichotomy, because even though she knows a lot about the Hiroshima tragedy, she knows in theory, she wasn't there, she didn't experience the tragedy. On the other hand, we have memory and forgetfulness, because the French actress, she moved on with her life after her trauma of the death of her German lover. However, when she was in Hiroshima, this trauma resurfaced. And then we can see that we human beings, no matter where we go, no matter how distant we are, we can never forget anything, either good or bad, that happens to us. The memories are all there, even when we pretend to forget. And then, during her brief affair with the Japanese guy, she revived all the traumas that she experienced in World War II. She took it off her chest while talking to her Japanese lover, and we can see this dichotomy. And then something very interesting is that this film was made in 1959. It wasn't still very common, wasn't common yet to show interracial couples. And it was an interracial couple of a white Western woman and an Asian guy. And it wasn't a big deal because it was two human beings talking and loving each other, sharing feelings, and having good experiences together. Another interesting point is that a tragedy like the Hiroshima bombings, it's something that can't be shown graphically in film because it was too terrible, too much suffering. Then the way that the director found to show this on screen was through poetry and psychology, showing the minds of two people who were alive when the bomb exploded. One of them, the Japanese man, was very close. The French woman, she was very away, but she had still heard about everything. Something that is also very interesting is that in the end of the film, when she was leaving Hiroshima and returning to France, she told the man, "Oh, I will forget about you. To me, you are just Hiroshima." And then he told her, "Oh, so you are Nevers in France." And the name of the couple, it's never said. Never, not even once during the film. And then we can also see this dichotomy between forgetfulness and remembering. Oh, she was acting as if he wasn't anything important in her life. She would quickly forget him. But then on the other hand, she couldn't forget. And he would pretend to forget her too, but he couldn't because it was something brief but intense. And we can't forget our memories. And then we can see this in the micro level of the affair between them and in the macro level when it comes to historical events. It's an extremely famous film. This film is still studied in cinema universities to this day. It's a reference movie and very poetic. Even the scenery of the film is interesting because the French actress, she is often shown walking empty places in Hiroshima, as if the empty places were mirroring her heart, which was empty, her soul, which felt empty after the murder of her German lover. And we can also see that the Japanese man, he was shown as a human being, no prejudice, no judgment. He was shown as a human being. Sometimes, not sometimes, often in old films, we can see open prejudice, very insulting portraits of many different countries, many different ethnicities. This is not the case in this film. It's two human beings, first and foremost, with their traumas, with the memories that they tried to forget but couldn't, and how our memories and our feelings are so strong. It doesn't matter if it's something individual or collective. It's a very, very poignant film, an emotional film. I'm sure you are going to like this. The French actress is played by famous French actress Emmanuelle Rivat. She had a long life. She made lots of great films throughout her life, long career too. And that's all for now, folks. I seriously recommend this film. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you!